So truthfully, there's no silencing the mind. You can't silence something that is, in and of itself, noise. The mind doesn't make noise, it's not making sound, it's not speaking. It is sound, it is noise, it is narration. It's already that, so there's really no silencing it. It just seems to fall away sometimes. It just seems to fall away sometimes. There's no silencing the mind, there's just no mind there when there's silence or appears to be silence. And if there's no mind there, then what is there? What's there? What is there? Is it a soul that's there? Is it a spirit, or is it a body? Is it instinct? The mind is already telling you there has to be something there. The mind is what's telling you that this experience is real. That it's concrete. That if the mind isn't there, then there has to be some separate soul, there has to be some separate experiencer. It's already a figment of the mind's imagination that there's some separation. Truly, there's not any separate souls. There's really not souls. There's no souls. There's just soul. There's really just soul. There's really just already this. This is all soul. Anything that's an appearance is soul. You could call it soul, God, existence, everything. All of this is just pure soul already. Looking like different souls or different minds or different people or different objects. As it looks like contrast. But truthfully, this is all the same thing. This is all the same stuff. This is all already just the fabric of everything, looking like separate things, looking like an anything. This is just everyness, everything appearing as separate things. What makes up the thought that you need need something or you're missing something is the same thing that makes up the leaves behind me. It's the same stuff. There's no separate barrier made of something different or whatever. There's just an appearance that it's different. There's just an appearance that it's different. It's all made out of the same stuff. In the same way that a picture is really just a canvas and some paint, but appears like there's different people really in the picture. It's all just canvas and paint. All of it. And all of it is God. There is no God outside of this. This is already just what it is. This is already just one thing. That no you or other or object or thought or idea or anything that could be thought of or spoken is separate from. Really, it's all the same thing. None of it could be separate from this ever. This is just already what it is. Without there trying to be, how could you ever try to just be? You're already being. Already being somebody trying to just be. You're already being, you're already this, you're already here. Or running away, you're already being somebody that's running away or whatever. There's no trying to do anything. There's really no getting anywhere, there's just separate being. So all sounds are just one sound. My voice isn't different from the sound of the motor that you hear, or the birds behind me. And sight isn't separate from sound. It just appears separate from sound. This is like a canvas, but instead of just seeing the picture with your eyes, it's completely sensory. So there's a felt experience, there's a seen experience, there's a smelt experience, there's a sound experience, but it's all the same canvas, it's all the same thing. All of it. The dream is that there's hell. The dream is that there's separation. The dream is that there's a heaven that you get to, that you've been locked out of. The dream is you. You're the forbidden fruit. It's all just God already. already this. It's just already this. This is isness. It's just complete and utter isness, just what is happening. The dream was the person, the dream was the narrative, the dream was you. The fall was a you at all. The fall from grace, man's fall from grace or whatever. The fall was a you at all. The fall was a you at all. And if it looks like there's nobody in here anymore, it's because there's never been anybody inside here. Yeah, there's never been anybody inside here. There's not an inside here to be. This is all one picture. There's a me melted into the whole picture. There's no me. It's all just canvas. All of it is just canvas already. All of it is just what it is already. There's no separate me realizing anything. There's nothing to do. Healing your mind doesn't get here. So psychology doesn't get you here. It doesn't get you here. It doesn't get you closer or further. What I'm saying is that the mind is a complete illusion. The mind is the illusion of a hell, of a somewhere to get, of being out of heaven, of being out of oneness, of being separate. The mind is already that. It doesn't matter if you have a good mind or a bad mind or a healed mind or a broken mind. Truly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with this. This has nothing to do with the mind. So this has nothing to do with healing some past traumas or something like that. This has nothing to do with some spiritual practice. This has nothing to do with meditation. This has nothing to do with, I don't know, cosmos, divination. This has nothing to do with any of that. This has nothing to do with you Has nothing to do with the me. This has nothing to do with the meaning. No meaning. The mind is what's creating a meaning. Saying that something has to have a meaning. I have to have a meaning. All of this has to have a meaning. The one saying that is the separate mind already. It's not this. The one saying that there's a meaning to get to, a meaning to unwrap and unpackage that'll make life worthwhile, is already a separate mind. It's already that. It's already that. The one declaring that there's a journey to be had to get somewhere and that you're not already here is the journey itself. It just falls away. It's not really real. This is all fiction. It's all fiction, like Cinderella or something. It's like a Disney movie. They're really just stories. It's just stories. And there's no one really writing them. This is just what's apparently happening. It's a happening. There's no doer to point to at all. It's just what's happening. It's just what's happening. And everything's accepted here. There's not anything that's rejected here. Even sounds, there's not. And it's not a rejection or an exception by me. It's just by what already is. So this moment or God or what is the appearance, whatever this is appearing as already is already this. So it accepts everything. There's nothing that it excludes. Whatever's happening is just, it's happening. And it has nothing to do with the mind. It has nothing to do with the mind. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with a separate you, some separate soul even. This is not soul journey. This is not some soul. There's not souls on soul journeys or whatever. This is soul itself, pretending like it's mind, pretending like it's matter, pretending like it's something. This is nothing. This is non-existence, projecting existence. And there's no center. There's not a center. There's no center. There's no center point of me. There's seeming points of perspective where the dream is that the dream thinks it's a dreamer. The dream is that the dream thinks it's a dreamer, each dreamer, and that there's a zillion dreamers and doers. But it's really just a dream. That's already the dream. That's already just a dream. Already just a story, already just a narrative. It's already just this. There's no dreamer. There's no dream to wake up from. You are the dream.